This lesson is a basic look at cool colors. Think sky, water, ice. Last time we looked at warm colors, such as we see in the sun, which would be the yellows, oranges, reds, and this is the image we worked on last time. Interesting thing about cool colors is that they are blues and greens, but green has yellow in it, so the only pure color, pure cool color is blue. So there are three primary colors, that is three colors from which all color is derived. Two of them are warm, the yellow and the red. Only one is cool. This could get to sound very technical, but if you look at it from a human interest perspective, what it means is that color is very curious and a very mysterious thing. We break it down into rational segments, like the color wheel, to try to understand it, but it really isn't always rational. Also, more importantly, it's very subjective. Who knows what blue looks like to you? Or red or yellow for that matter. And for the artist, this means, again, the more we work with it, the more we learn. No one can tell you what colors you like or what mixtures of colors appeal to you. You have a personal relationship with color whether you know that or not. If you're interested in some fun facts about blue, there is documentation that humans didn't recognize or perceive the color blue until early medieval times, at least in the Western world. In the Western or any cave paintings that I've seen, there is no color blue, and you won't find the word blue in the Bible. Anyway, we are going to do some color swatches with the blue like we did with the warm colors. Here I have a swatch panel that someone has done of their colored pencils in blue with their designated names so they know what these are. And I will show, as I did last time, my color swatches for my pastel work, because the pastel sticks look so different from the way they go down on the paper. So this helps me to know what colors I'm going after. See if I can get my camera back in the same place here. And the image we are going to work on related to cool colors is this one. You can see a different feel anyway right off the bat from, if I can get these under the camera correctly, the warm colors that we worked on last time and the cool colors that we'll work on this time. I'm going to take a sheet of paper, again a separate sheet of paper because this can be used as reference later on, and we're only using three colors this time because there's such a small range of cool colors. Going to be using a light blue, which this is a Dick Blick and it's called Ice Blue. You might have one from another company that's called Cerulean. And then we're going to use a darker blue for the second one. This one is a Prismacolor pencil and it's called Ultramarine. So anything that is in that range, but the major importance is that there are two, one is light and one is darker. And the third color is a green, and my first thought was to say grass green, and I looked on my Dick Blick pencil here, and this pencil is called grass green. So a green that would be similar to what we all had with the Crayola packs when we were kids, just sort of a grass green, I guess that's a good description. We could add a fourth color for the blue color range. We could add purple, but purple has yellow in it, and the green also has yellow in it. And so mixing that with the other Two could cause a real muddy look, which sometimes you want, but in this particular situation we want to do a color patch that is fairly clear. And then again, I encourage any of you to go on and make your own color swatches so that you learn about how the color goes down. So I will start with, maybe I'll put these up here again. It's a light blue. The second one will be a dark blue. The third one will be a grass green. And I'm going to make my strip as I did last time by adding what I'm calling bricks, a string of them, so that we have enough room to write the name of the color under here. And I find it easier to line up the bricks like this, similar shapes, rather than draw a whole strip and try to divide it. And if you want to, here's a measuring device. If you want them to be, well, you can't see that, close in size, you can measure with your thumb and the tip of the pencil and come over here, and that helps to make them pretty much the same size. And we're only going to do 4. Last time we did 5 because we had 4 colors. This time we have 3 colors, so I'm only going to do 4 patches here. And the first one, as we did in the warm colors exercise, I'm going to color this whole strip in the light blue, the first color. Last time we used a yellow, and we did this. And again, I'm using a very medium touch. Not a terribly light touch, but I'm not pressing real hard either. I'm just trying to get a real even coverage here. Now that's not always necessary when you're making art, but for these color patches to be able to compare, it's good to get a similar pressure tone going on. The second one I'm using is this darker blue, and I'm going to do just these 2 rectangles, and as we talked about in covering, cross-hatching, I'm going a different direction right over the blue. And last week one of the students was having a hard time with this very straight application, and I do too. So you can also do a circular motion here to cover, but again, the most important thing is to try to keep an even pressure to get an even coverage. And you can see I have some uneven patches here. Now the third color, the green, I'm going to put just in this third. We've kind of lost our divisions here. By the way, I've sharpened my pencils. I have a portable sharpener here. I keep a tray to put the shavings in. This is a German-made sharpener. I like it very much. It's very sharp. And someone told me last week if you put the pencils in the freezer for a while, they will sharpen better. That is actually true. I found it to be true. So back to our panel here, I'm going to put the green right over the patch with the light blue and the dark blue. And then this last one, I'm going to cover by pressing very hard with the blue. It's this blue, but I want to see what happens when I really cover the paper, no paper showing through, and get a solid patch of that blue here. You can see it's a quite a different look. Sometimes you might want this lighter tone, sometimes you might want this solid coverage. So we'll go on now, and I'm going to label them. So this is LB for light blue, DB for dark blue, and green, G for green. So this is light blue, this is light blue plus dark blue. This is light blue plus dark blue plus green. And this is the solid light blue. So we'll go on and do the green. And again, we'll do the shapes, and I want them to kind of line up with this so we can compare. So I'm going to eyeball that, and I'm going to sort of use these divisions, do a plumb line here, visually drop down this way so that they will correspond. That's another means of measuring. Whoops, that one's a little long. That's okay. These do not have to be exactly even. It's nice when they are. They're pretty to look at, but not necessary. And the first one, I'm going to color in the green. Again, with a sort of medium touch all across the whole panel here. And I'm going fairly quickly because I just looked at my time and realized I've been carrying on for quite a while here. So the next one I will add is the light blue. And I'm going to go again at a different angle and cover the green. And I'm going to do it over these middle two blocks. Then I'm going to use the dark blue and cover just this third block. And I'm going to use a circular motion here to get my coverage. And I'm pressing quite hard because I'm going over 2 layers of colored pencil, so I really want to create an effect here. You can see this is the exact same mixture of colors, but they're laid down in a different order. And they look slightly different. And the last one, I will do a solid green. And again, I'm pressing quite hard. And I'm going to go back over it so that there's no paper showing through, and it's a very solid color. So again, you can see quite a difference between, this is the same pencil laid down with different pressure. Same colors, but laid down in a different order. So that is our look at CoolColors.